So, Matt, we're at the end of day
Yes,
one.
reached the end, Paula. We're still here.
We're still here.
Amazing. What a day. It's been fabulous. I know we've had some teething issues, shall we say, with technology. These things are never easy, despite all of the months and months that we've all spent over the last couple of years in video calls and streams. It still doesn't always go entirely to plan. So apologies to any of our speakers who were affected by that, or any of you watching. I hope everybody's had a great day. I've certainly enjoyed all of the talks and the chat in Slack. I'm sure the same applies for you, Paula, right?
It's been
Emotional.
it's been real. No, it's been fantastic. Thank you to all of the speakers. And I've been so pleased to hear so many different talks. It's interesting, even in this kind of somewhat niche space of Kubernetes, we've had so many broad talks and conversations. It's been fantastic. So a big thank you to all the speakers. And I'm delighted that we've reached the end, but this is not the end of the conference.
No, not at all. I mean, I guess before it's not even the end of the day yet, Paula. We've still got our absolutely awesome pub quiz, which Lewis Denham Parry is going to run for us. We're just waiting until he joins. So please do stick around for that. Before that, though, we've thanked all our speakers, today's speakers. We've got more fabulous speakers for you tomorrow. We should thank our sponsors again, right? So to Sneak, Control Plane, JetStack, Sysdig, and Storage OS, thank you so much for supporting these Kubernetes community days. I guess it's also worth giving a shout out to all of the CNCF communities in the UK. Kubernetes Community Days, as I'm sure everybody knows, are community grassroots community events supported by the CNCF, but ultimately put together by community folk in their spare time from the ground. And so we should have a big shout out to Cloud Native London, Cloud Native Wales, Cloud Native Bristol, Cloud Native Birmingham, Cloud Native Manchester, Cloud Native Edinburgh, Cloud Native Glasgow. I don't think I've forgotten anybody, but hopefully that's all of them who really keep the Cloud Native community going across the UK. So thank you to all those folks. And we should also thank our workshop providers. Hopefully some of you managed to spend some time at some of our sponsor workshops. So thank you to all the folks who've run those: JetStack, Control Plane, Solo.io, Container Solutions, Sneak, and SUSE. And thank you for our watch party sponsors. I know I've been at the watch party here in Manchester, and I know the folks are at the watch party in Cardiff. So thank you to Tramshed Tech and to Soft Iron for sponsoring those. And thank you to our charity partners. We haven't added up exactly how much money we've raised yet, have we, Paula? But I know it's quite a lot, so that's great. So STEMETS and Protector, thank you for getting involved with Kubernetes Community Days. You know, this whole event's been for charity. Everything above the costs of putting it together will all go to those fantastic charities. I don't think I've forgotten to say anything there, Paula. Anything you want to
add? No, just a reminder that we have, as Matt said, we have the pub quiz starting soon. We are just waiting for our excellent quiz host, Lewis, to join us. And then we have it all again to do tomorrow. So we are starting at the same time. I think we're starting at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. And we have got a fantastic track of keynotes. We're opening with Amanda Brock from Open UK. So please be here at 10 o'clock to join us for the kickoff. And then we've got 2 tracks again, same format as today. So we are really, really, really excited to see all of those different talks. The talks that you've heard today will all be available to rewatch as well. So once we have the recordings kind of polished up, they'll be available on our YouTube channel. I know we've used 2 YouTube channels today, but all of the talks, if you want to go back to them, will all be available on our YouTube channel. So you'll find them all there.
And I know we'll also try and fix the couple of talks that the pre-recorded ones, we'll upload the actual high-res video of those, right? Because I know they were not great on the streams, right? So
yeah, absolutely. The talks were great.
Yeah,
The resolution
was had some issues. So we'll make sure the video quality is good for those ones that we did playback pre-recorded. Right, where is this Lewis Denham Parry?
Hello.
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 There he is, the man himself.
I was running out of filler, Lewis, so breathe a sigh of relief.
So yes, sorry about this. Another story for another day over a pint. If you ever see me in person in a conference in the not so distant future, there's so many war stories I've got today. It's been phenomenal. But how have your days been? Whilst I just do some filler on just getting the quiz up and running.
It's been good. There's been some excellent talks.
Party.
Oh, hello, watch party.
Awesome, awesome. So the quiz will be ready in momentarily as you see me frantically type. I'm not finishing up the questions right now. I'm just gaining access. I've just had to swap computers because that's what we do, isn't it? This is what we build for. This is what we prepare for within our cloud native. We're not dependent on a single VM. We should never have a single dependency. So we just brought in chaos quizzing, to be honest. It's
nice.
But honestly, these questions though, they're intense. So
I was hoping you were going to say that they were quite easy to give us a chance.
Oh no chances are being given.
Right.
So,
how's this going to work then, Lewis? What's the how's it going?
So we're going to be using a tool called Kahoot for this. If anyone has been with families during the lockdown, you're probably well aware as to what Kahoot is, and for one of those family quizzes that you've been in. So I'm just going to share it now. I'm going to ask for my friendly AV assistant to help me out. So we're just going to remove some spotlights. Hi, Watch Party Manchester. Lovely to see you. I went to UMIST, incidentally. That was my university of choice, and I've never been allowed back into Manchester ever since. So there, that is not a spoiler for the quiz. It's just it's a fact of my life. Right, if you go to kahoot.it, and then you'll be requested a PIN. So the PIN is 9915461. Either Matt's identity has already been taken or Matt's just joined in. Equally, we're just going to do this as a quick run through. We've got a warm-up round. So we've got Abe in. We'll leave this for a couple of moments. Danny has now joined the party. Yeah, no, I'm very much looking forward to catching up on today's events, and I'm looking forward to it tonight, and equally tomorrow I've got some more time before the conferences. Yeah, but it's been a pleasure working with everyone to do this, and I've got some references, I think, in some of the rounds. See, incidentally, like when I usually do this, I just take someone else's identity. I just take Andrew Martin from Control Plane, and yeah, then we'll see how it goes. Right. We'll get started with this one now. Let me get rid of my face. We don't want to see that there. Cool. Right. I'm going to get started on this quiz. We've only got 3 questions on this one because I didn't want us to test in production. Yes, Danny, perfect. That's what I'm talking about. Some great names. Right. We're going to get started on this one, but don't worry. This isn't the main quiz. This is the Biscuit warm-up. So we're using this just to test out our user interfaces. So if you look on the screen share, you should see that this is the Biscuit introduction round, warm up with Biscuit policy. We're not talking about cookie policies. This is KCD UK. We're all about the biscuits. So this is an example of a quiz question. So can you just name me this biscuit? Now you've got 20 seconds in this instance, and you should see on your device that you've connected with, you should see a red, blue, yellow, green. If you're colorblind, you should see different shapes. Anyway, what type of biscuit is this? I don't even know if this is my coffee, but I'm going to go for it. It was a rich tea. See, it took me 2 hours to source a picture of a rich tea that looked like a digestive. And if you're frustrated now, take this pain and multiply it by an exponent, like a huge number. That's what's going to happen at the end of this quiz. But it was a rich tea, and who would start a biscuit quiz with a rich tea this fall? But Matt, obviously Matt knew. Now there might be another question where it's true or false. So do you add milk before hot water when making tea? So in this, it's either true or false, and there's obviously only one right answer. So whilst you're doing this, incidentally, if you're searching Google for this answer right now, I don't know what's going on. Like yeah, I don't think any search engine is going to help you for this quiz this afternoon. So false, yes. No one in their right mind would add milk to a mug before putting, well, tea bag first, hot water. Just up your game, get a teapot. Just sort yourself out with a teapot, pour that teapot, put the milk in afterwards. That's all you have to do. Matt knows the way. As you can see by the scores, they're not set, so it is fastest fingers first. We really want to see those fingers. Shout out to UK references from the 90s there. Finally, we've got some answers where you have to try your best at being able to type. So you will see occasionally some GIFs. Here is Lord and Savior Paul Hollywood in the bake tent, baking some biscuits. But what biscuit should he have baked to be defining the best biscuit available to us? If you've been recently looking on Twitter, then there's a thread that I've had with Dan Pott and given a deep detail into it. And incidentally, I think my memoirs as to my life with biscuits will be released at the end of this year. So these, shout out to one of them, Limp Bizkit. Oh, gee whiz. No, it is with chocolate hobnob. And thankfully, someone's got, I think we've got 2 people with that. As you can see, I've allocated for spelling as well, but should be 1 word. But anyway, there we go. So that is our quiz, not our full quiz. We've got lots more tech questions, but in our biscuit warm-up, in 3rd place, it's Dave Yu. Congratulations, Dave. You get a custard cream. Guy, you get the pink wafer, but with a chocolate hobnob of success. I think we all know who it is. It's Matt. Right, so there we go. Matt, I will take payment for giving you the answers to those questions after the end of the conference.
It should be okay if all the rounds are about biscuits, right, Lewis?
Well, I think that is it. I don't actually think there is another round on biscuits. So I'm just going to stop my share moment, and I don't know if you could see me during that, but I'm just going to get the next, I'm going to get the real quiz up and running now. The real quiz, that's just warm up. But biscuits are important.
So I think there might be an issue with the YouTube delay because of the question. I don't know how. Is there a way we can adjust the YouTube delay?
Oh, rolling in production. Okay, cool. I'm going to do this, but we're going to have to do a buffer. So if you don't already know who I am, hi, I'm Denham Parry. I'm the head of training control plane. And what I usually do is that I fix things in production whilst on either Zoom, YouTube. Incidentally, you'll probably find me tomorrow on Clustered with some other pals and colleagues from Control Plane. So what I'm just going to quickly do, we got 30 seconds for the quiz questions. YouTube. You know what? Let's go for it. I think we should just go for it. Danny, we'll put this in our retro for next time. But let me just get the next quiz up and running. I think we've got over 60 questions as well. But right, let's go. Actually, what I'll do is, there we go. This is all about fixing. You'll be able to see it on your phone at the same time. So the phone, I'll get it so that the question appears on your phone. There will be a delay. And yes, so let me just make sure I have that setting. There we go. Cool. Okay. Right. Please may I share the screen, asking my abled colleague as to the beauty of running on multiple different operating systems. It's fun. So cool. If you think the last 5 minutes have been awkward, get ready for the next half hour. This is going to be this is going to be intense. Thanks. Thank you, AV. Yes, so we've got a new quiz set up. Right. remember our code of conduct at this point. I have tested this out with some select words. Now, I'm sure that we've got some people who are security focused or pen testers who will try to really push some things. So yes. So what we'll do is we'll probably leave this running for 2 minutes. Whilst I do that, maybe I'll just take the opportunity to be serious for 2 minutes. Whenever I give a talk, which apparently is quite rarely nowadays, for whatever reason. One thing that I'd like to highlight is mental health, mental wellness. Personally, I've suffered in the past with not feeling great and whatever that may be, but most people would call it depression. And obviously for the last 18 months, it has been an absolute slog and everyone has their own battles depending on however deep they are. The one thing that is really helpful and has really helped me is just being told that don't ever try to compare yourself to someone else's pain. Whatever pain you're feeling is the pain that you're feeling. People can't necessarily see it in your head if you're feeling absolutely terrible. And I'm sure that there are so many people around you who would never feel that way about you. So if there is anything that, if there is ever a time or moment of weakness, there's a number of support networks around you. I would always say my DMs are open, but there are definitely other people are available. But there's always an option, there's always help. And yeah, so on that, that is going to be the most serious thing I'll possibly say this week. But to that point, yes, it is a serious matter. And I hope everyone's well. And I'm really looking forward to being able to see people in person. Virtually is kind of cool. And it has helped us. It's been a means, but I think we're all getting into that position when we just really want to be in a conference center together. And who would have said that in 2019? Who in their right mind would have said that? Okay, so cool. I think we got a couple of players in. So this will be on YouTube. This is definitely something that you could play again in the not so distant future, but why would you do that? I honestly do not know, but we'll see. Let's see how our pub quiz goes. So this is our KCD pub quiz. Right, so we started off today. You might be at one of the watch parties, you might be in the office, you might be at home, and so far you've probably brewed several mugs of tea. It started off with coffee. You probably have the same age as me now, where if you drink coffee after 2 p.m., you don't sleep until the other day. So with that being the case, it's time to get in the pub. It's time to get down there. It's time to get pork scratchings or pickled egg, whatever it may be. Get that crisp bag, open it up, so you share it with everyone around you. Best of luck to try and find any of these answers in an encyclopedia or dictionary or any search engine. These have come from the twisted and crazy minds that is Ala James and myself from Cloud Wales, and also with assistance from Graham from Control Plane. So without further ado, let's get started. So, there we go. Hopefully you can still see my screen. Our first round is going to be name that programming language from the snippets. So I'm going to show you a picture of some code, because that's how I share my code, by taking screenshots. That's how people should share code. I'm going to show you a programming language. What I would like you to do is I would like you to type the name of that programming language. So this will be appearing on your phones now. And if you're watching on YouTube, this probably appeared 10 seconds ago. So can you name this programming language? You've got 30 seconds to tell me which programming language this is. You've got 2 answers, we've got 4 answers. To me, it doesn't matter. It's just get in the container. That's all I need. Just get it running. That's all that I want. So yes, let's see what answers we got. We got a couple. It was closure. We got 1 person with it. Who's it going to be? Hopefully it's not going to be not Lewis, but let's see. I didn't know I gave Matt the answers to this quiz as well. I do apologize.
I only know this because I've actually had the pleasure of writing some Clojure myself. So
you see the pleasure. It sounds a bit more pained voice, but so,
you got to love brackets.
Well, here we go. Let's get ready for the next one. Which one is this? Hello world in which language? I guess If we were in person, we give bonus points for the output that you would have, I'm sure. And we're just treading the water here. We're just getting you warmed up. This is that warm-up round. So we've got 5 seconds left. There we go. We've got a couple up, and it was go. Yeah, again, we're being lenient with from someone who is dyslexic. I'm making sure that people have got some opportunities with these ones. And yes, we're finding that some people are starting to hit the spot. We're getting started now, but Matt is well in the lead. So what is this next programming language that's coming up? So we're starting to get a little bit deeper now. So originally when we ran this quiz, there was also to do the outputs, but I think it was a bit too much in some of these. It was C++. And on our panic stations late at night yesterday, we made sure we added plus plus as well. There we go. So remember, it is fastest finger first. It's whoever gets the answer first gets the more points. The more points? The most points for it. Okay, the next one. Oh, now this one. This one is an interesting one. Just have a read and try to figure out what it could possibly be. So let's see if anyone got the answer to this one. This one's called Arnold C. Famed Arnold C, the programming language. But look, don't. Okay, I understand you're getting frustrated. Just save that energy. Just leave it for a big outburst in a bit of time. We won't be doing it. We won't be going through 63 languages, by the way. So this one, let's see what we can get to with this. You might remember this from back in the day. You might remember this from some spreadsheets without any spoilers necessarily. And yes, still being used today, I believe. The Hello World ones are nicer. So we got a couple in there. Yes, it was Visual Basic. Matt's been dethroned by Abe's, and let's go on to the next. Now, this is a programming language. I think we found out about it in Hack News initially. But anyway, that's maybe go and check there. Maybe go and see that. But can you name this language? If not, can you get something? Can you put another answer up on the board, which maybe shift left with feedback, just give feedback with the answers. And then I can mold this quiz as we go through today. I wish it was CSS. It was Pete. And again, spent quite a few minutes last night trying to find out how to pronunciate it. And we confirmed, well, I think we confirmed it. It was late and it was time for bed. Okay, here's another one. This just looks like pain to me. Yeah, I can debug that. That's easy enough. I can debug in 2 minutes, open up your IDE of choice, and then you see that, and it's just like, right. That, if you multiply that feeling by 5, that's kind of how I felt today with stress. But there we go. All right, let's have a look. Ooh. Malbolge. I think that's how you pronounce it. Otherwise, I've just said that and it's going to be forever on the internet. And
You
someone
got
got
that
it right,
right.
actually. Did you get that right?
No.
Oh, Tim. I think that deserves a round of applause already. That's fantastic.
Never even heard
Tim
that.
Alford, applause. Here we go. I think we've only got 2 more left on this coding one, and then we're going to get into some other rounds as well. So, can you name this programming language? I think I might need to check our code of conduct as well when I'm trying to pronunciate some things. But yes, we'll add it to the retro. So I think we got one. No, it's LOL code. So I'm thinking of adding some of these to our CTF later at KubeCon in North America next year. This might be some fun. Well, not really going to learn much, I guess, from that. Now, this one, you're probably going to have to look in your phone for this one. There's a lot in there. But yes, this was, again, a recent one that was, I think it was the magazine Guitar Weekly or Guitar Monthly, whichever calendar event that magazine is on. It was once featured in that magazine, which probably gives it a little bit of a clue as what this language is. Fortran or Fizz Buzzlang or Rockstar. So a lovely chap, Dylan Beattie, wrote the Rockstar language. Also, if you check out his YouTube channel, he's got some great songs about APIs. He does have great songs about APIs. He's phenomenal. So right, here we go. We're going into our next one. And I don't necessarily know if you can see the banner because of Zoom, but name the technology thing from its emoji's form. What does that mean? Well, let's just get straight into it. So I'm going to show you a couple of emojis, and then I would like you to tell me what it is in technology. So we have 3 emojis there. What could they possibly reference? Maybe I should have given a tip on this one. Well, we'll see. We got some couple of answers going in. But these, you need to open your mind, and that's probably the hardest thing to do after the first day of a conference. It was a keyboard shortcut. So we had a key, we had sleep for boredom, and then we had someone cutting their hair. Again, somewhere in the world right now, people are flipping their desks. Name the technology thing from its emoji form. So we've got 2 emojis there. What could they relate to? I just realized I look like the face emoji, but with the eyebrows underneath my eyes, representing the bags that I'm suffering from at this moment in time. But yes, so this one, Web King, Web Crown. No, it was Webmaster. Oh, no, got Webmaster. Right, we'll see how we do on the next one. Maybe I'll try and give some hints. So this one, come on, we're obviously just, it's where those photos are being stored, isn't it? It's, yeah. Just keep them on someone else's computer, just. Do you remember when mobile phones used to be cheap? You'd lose a mobile phone once a week, it would seem, and then you could get another one for a couple of pounds. Nowadays, you need to remortgage your house and still just to get a new phone. Anyway, on that one, we've got Scene Cloud. Yes, it was iCloud. All right, we got some movement on the table. Let's go on to the next question. So we're getting some speed now. Right. Now, what does that night landscape show? It shows us stars. It shows us many, many things far, far away that arguably people in sci-fi films would go and look for. And what do Americans eat in their bowls in the morning? And then finally, what do we use to transport? put them all together and you got a 3-letter acronym. Oh, no, right, boom, good. Oh, well, it was USB, Universal Serial Bus. I know serial's not spelled correctly, but well done, Tim. We've got this, Tim. Keep with me, Tim. Name the technology thing from its emoji form. So we've got a light bulb and we've got a fishing rod. Light bulb and a fishing rod. Now, I can't remember. Last night was a dry night, and I can't remember what this one was actually. Lightning, no, we would put lightning bolt if it's lightning. There is, if anyone else has got this, then bravo. Glassfish, Heising, online. Oh, gee whiz. Oh, God. We wrote this, and that felt painful. Oh, name technology thing from this emoji form. So we've got a battery and a point. So power. And then what's the hand doing? So what does the battery provide? It's everyone's favorite slide deck thing. Slide decks. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to watch myself after this. When, yes, it was PowerPoint. Seeing the way that the cogs in my head are slowly creaking around, trying to remember how we did this. So yes, we're a third of the way through. Don't worry, not too much pain now. So here we go. This one's, so we've got, okay, so it's a convenience thing, like it's, well, a spa, a Londis. What other ones do we have in the UK? Happy shopper, we'll call it happy shopper. We've got a cake, we've got a cap, and a city. So the cake would be with age potentially, store age capacity, store age cap a city. To be honest, I don't think I'm ever going to be invited to a public event again, only just to be shouted at on stage for this quiz. Okay, so what part of the hand is that being shown on the left? And then what are being painted on? And then I think this could go back to photos that you might have on your system. How do we preview those? We've got, so what are we painting? And what does a Fonzie use to communicate so eloquently? Fun paint. I think there's a collective groan if you are not one of the 7 who received those points. And we got movement on the table. Matt is just teasing with us. He's coming back with a vengeance, and Abe's back in the game. So, right, we're almost there. So this one's back in the day. It feels back when I was in school. So what are we doing to shut this person up? Again, I promise I'll stop talking after this quiz. And then what kind of transport is it? See, being Welsh as well, I could have put a bus on there as well with a person because we call them drive. So zip drive was the answer to that one. Matt's back in the game, only ever so slightly though. Here we go with the next one. Everyone's favorite. If you're at KCD UK today, this is what we're talking about the majority of the time. How do we manage our containers with ice cubes? Well, we have soft drinks with ice cubes, then we go to beer, sporting events, and finish with cheese to get those random dreams about thinking of how to manage our containers online. I don't know what I'm talking about. I should probably shut up at this moment, but here's ice beer gold cheese.
Kubernetes cheese.
Cube beer net cheese was also an answer that I would have definitely allowed.
Would have allowed Kubernetes cheese.
That is, if you attend the training, that is people usually focus on kubectl, 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 all those things. For me, it's cube beer net cheese. That's how we should be talking about Kubernetes. Right, there we go. So Matt's up on top. Tim is closely following. Then Abe and his mum are doing phenomenal. And John is in 5th place. Right, so I think we're on to the next round now, which is our Cloud Sudoku round. Now, we call this Cloud Sudoku, but then we realized that it should be called Heroku Sudoku. So name one of the missing factors. So you got 60 seconds to do this. So within here, we've got the 12-factor application and the 12 factors. So we've got code base, build, release, run. Disposability, processes, dev, prod, priority, config, port binding, backing services, admin processes, all your favorites, but what are the 3 that we're missing? So if you can type any one of those 3, just type one of them. Don't type all 3 of them. If you do that, you're not going to get anything. I'll try and start to include some references now to game shows in the UK. Probably not on this one. This one's going to be a bit too difficult. I think the next round actually is going to, we'll bring back some brute force, I think, into the next round. Actually, well, we'll see. There, here we go. We'll go for a family fortunes reference. So we've got transport. If it's on the board, I'll give you the points myself. No. So we got dependencies, logs, and concurrency with the 3 missing factors. Again, that was a speed-based round. So there we go. Just PKs smack onto the table there. Right. Here we go. Here's our higher or lower play your cards right round. So we've got a Docker file for you. And I'll show you the first Docker file. So here's our example Docker file. If I build this Docker file, this image is 907 meg in size. Now, the next Docker file I'm about to show you, you've got to tell me if it's higher or lower in size than this one. So without further ado, higher or lower? Can you tell me if it's going to be higher or lower than 907 megabytes? Remember, fastest finger first. Let's look at some of those binaries that we got. Okay, so this looks like a multi-stage build. Has that caught anyone out? We're just copying across a binary. So we've gone lower. It was lower. And we'll find out how much lower by in the next slide when we confirm, is it higher than lower than 43 megabytes? So that one was 43 megabytes. Now this one. So this looks like we're building this from one of Control Plane's favorites, Jessie Brazell. We're using her Docker file to build wine. Higher, it was, yes, it was higher. So let me just check. Well, let's see what's happening on the table first. So yes, well done, everyone. So that was 684 meg. So is this one higher or lower than 684 meg? So basing this on Ubuntu Bionic, well, we'd love putting our environment and labels in metadata. And yeah, we're running, so we're updating it. We're installing Samba, Nginx, OpenSSL, Git, wget, and kill. So it was lower. And in the retro, I'll have notes as to how much it was lower by instead of 100 click next. But well done, John G. You have got a correct streak of 3 in a row. If this, I think at this point, I think we should pause for 5 seconds just to let John update LinkedIn, just so that he can say that he's got 3 correct answers on a Docker file quiz. So is it higher and lower or lower than 355 megabytes? So again, we're using Ubuntu in this one. So we're also using, so it's essentially the same as last time, but we're also, I'm nervous. Is this going to be higher or lower? What do you think? So it was lower because we did the auto remove, I think. So that's 355 megs. So let's see. And PK, well done. I think that was lightning fast with that finger on the lower. So is this higher and lower than 306? We only saved a little bit, but is this one higher and lower? So we're basing this on Golang. We're installing a number of things. We're setting a Terraform version. Then we're doing a git checkout on that version. Yes, I can read it, but it was a multi-stage build. It was lower. Yes, well done, Tim and John. And Greg, now you're on 4 correct answers in a row. Quick, you go and update Tim. If you're not aware of what a multi-stage build is, please go and see it. It's a great way to reduce the sizes of your Docker images, as well as improving security, potentially. Always depending on how you run it. More about security, come to CTF. So round 5. So this is a picture round, and this is all about the movies. So we're going to see a picture from a movie where they're showing some technology that we would consider, but it was in alpha. It wasn't even in beta. So can you tell me the movie? So yes, name the movie with a text still in alpha. That's a better way of saying what I just did. But so again, this is a type answer. So this one, just name the franchise. We're going to start easy on this one. So can you tell me the franchise that this movie is in? Again, for the 90s reference, if there's any fans of football from the 90s, this kind of looks like Kevin Keegan based in a football match in space in the year 3000. There's a reference to Busted there as well, apparently. Yeah, I love it if I see that in production. Love it. Oh God, that's on YouTube forever. Damn it. Right, there we go. What was it? It was Gladiator. It was Star Trek. Right, and also we saw the first, well, no, we'll just say the first watch device, whichever your favorite brand of watch is, like smartwatch. So this time you need to name the movie, not the franchise. So which movie was this? So in this movie, I believe this was around the 90s as well. This is probably when you find out that this movie just makes you feel a lot older than you should, but this was the second installment of a certain British movie with an actor who has gone on to be in Mamma Mia, I guess, as well as numerous other films. Yes, we've got James Bond, but I wanted the movie. I didn't want to know it was James Bond. I wanted Tomorrow Never Dies. Yes, he was remote controlling his BMW, I think it was 5 Series, through a car park. So that was a firm favorite from the 90s for a certain attendee. Name the movie. Have a look in here. Which movie is it? Look at those icons. I'm sure someone's got an icon set for that with a setup. But name the movie. I want to know which installment it was as well. Not just which person it is, but tell me which movie it was. Just a numerical figure. That is all I need. Yes, it was, well, it was Iron Man 2. Okay, for people who wrote 2, yes, you were right. And maybe I should, I will add it again to the retro. I'll become better, I promise. But probably after this quiz, again, you're going to go through a whole world of pain before then. Name the movie. Incidentally, Iron Man was just a tablet device, I guess. Well, no, it was probably a see-through tablet. Maybe that was what. Anyway, this is a great movie if you haven't seen it. Joaquin Phoenix, I believe. And apologies if I pronounced that completely wrong. I am absolutely terrible with names, and it is part of my job to meet lots of people. So, oh, it was Her. A great movie, and it was about AI. Apologies for the cough. So let's name this next movie. Everyone's favorite. I'm sure you've seen the trailer several times for the next installment. But which one was this? I just need a 2-word answer. Thank you for whoever put that in. Great answers all around there. It was the Matrix, and obviously that was the Oculus Rift. Well, but arguably before. So which one's this one? Where are we scraping on metrics? Or how are we scraping on metrics? And this is arguably the best Grafana dashboard I've ever seen. But if you can do better, please just DM me and send me a picture. Who is this brain? No, it's who is this brain is just pretty much it's just a drum set and no one's even playing the drums. It's been there and there's just cobwebs around it. That's who is this brain right now. Well done, Dave. Getting back in there. Right. What movie is this one? This is one of those classics. So we've done a couple of different ways of spelling this, I think, as well. We'll soon find out. And inevitably, they'll probably find out that we haven't done it all correctly. Yeah, it was Dr. Strangelove. Oh, yeah, cheers. That was right. 3 of you got it. Awesome. My status, though, is no one needs to know my status updates right now. Okay, I think we're coming to the close on this one, but name the movie. So what one's this? An iconic movie from yesterday. Knowing everything about you, the analytics that we got going on, the original form. This is getting personal now. Yeah, if I've got red eyes, yeah, I'm definitely going to have red eyes tomorrow night. Well, Friday morning, essentially. But yes, there we go. Well done, John. Oh, we did have one more movie. There's probably no one after this as well. Okay, so this one, the person who has yet to age, and arguably I've aged more during this quiz than this person has in the last 30 years. So it's yeah. I'm just going for a range of emotions during this quiz. This is quite therapeutic, but we're almost 2/3 of the way through, so that's a bonus. So which movie was this? This was Minority Report. And yes, I think Free Britney indeed, yes. Cool. Oh, another movie. How many movies did I put in? Oh, come on. Obviously, this is the creme de la creme. We have another movie round at the end, but before that, God, we've got something else. So this one, I need to know, not the franchise, but which one it is. So if you can change your answer and you didn't put the number of the movie, quickly do so. Okay, I think 5 of you are going to find me after this, but that's all cool. It was Back to the Future 2. Obviously going forward in time to 2015. Gee whiz. Gee whiz. Anyway, I still skate, and I fell off my skateboard in front of my son's primary school a couple of months ago in front of all the other parents. That was another thing which I wish I hadn't admitted on this call. Now, I don't think we're going into Hollywood terminals yet, but we'll soon find out. because we're going to, first of all, we're going to go to the game show, whose tweet is this anyway? So in this one, you need to tell me who sent this original tweet, this original content. So now you've got some selections that you can do. So we are all made out of stars, but your RBAC shouldn't be. Now this tweet is referenced a lot, but it is not referenced enough to stars by Simply Red. Now I think Mick Hucknall is very keen on your RBAC policies. If you don't know who Mick Hucknall is, then get whichever listening device, streaming service, or just even if you get CDs, just Simply Red stars, classic. So was it Matt? Was it Matt? Was it Duffy? Was it Ian Coldwater? Or was it Tabitha who originally sent this tweet? Yes, it was Ian Coldwater. Incidentally, if your RBAC is made out of stars, then yes, look at securing your RBAC policies quite quickly. Here we go. Right, same one. Well, different tweet. Introducing the no-code framework, write nothing, deploy nowhere. So who did this? Was it Kelsey Hightower? Was it Joe Vida? Was it our very own Josh? Or was it Brendan Burns? It was Kelsey Hightower. The other tweet that we could have referenced with this, we decided not to. So just as some like pop-up video information for further notice. Who tweeted this picture of their honked mug? So we're just going to slowly reveal this. This is like catchphrase now. Just say what you see. Say what you see. So well, click who you see. So who originally sent this this photograph of their mug on Twitter? Incidentally, to me, it looks like two geese on the side, and it was Liz Rice. It wasn't Ellen or Paula or Chris Nova. It was Liz Rice's mug from CraftCon. There we go. Matt has the highest answer streak of 10. How is this? Oh, Cheryl just shared some great advice on not fearing failure and having a mindset of abundance. KCD UK. So this was a tweet from earlier on today. So did Oi Cheryl tweet this back to herself? Did Nick tweet this? Did Adrian tweet this? Or Danny, did you tweet this? Let's find out who tweeted it. Correct, it was Adrian. Adrian tweeted, well done if you've been keeping up to date on Twitters, or if you just look Twitter, or if you just hit the closest button to your finger. So this is a multi-select one. Who tweeted this? Who sent this tweet? And it's a multi-select. Correct. It was Ed Balls everywhere. It was just Ed Balls. Ed Balls. If you don't know who Ed Balls is, he featured on a dancing show and cookery show, and I guess he did some stuff in Parliament at once. But anyway, that's Ed Balls, who also just tweeted Ed Balls once. There we go. Right. This is our final round now. You might be thankful to hear you'd be able to get out of this virtual pub conf and yeah. So last orders at the bar, please, and let's get in. So can you name the movie with the terminal? So we've got a movie with a terminal in it. So which one would this one be? Absolute classic of the 90s. Went back to it the other day. But yes. Keep calling Cuban in the movie that's coming to a cluster sometime soon, but no, it was Hackers. I think Matt might be getting away with this now. I think Matt's winning the pub quiz at the conference I organized. So can you name me this movie? Now this one was phenomenal. I think it was released straight onto YouTube initially. There's some great cameos by Mr. David Hasselhoff himself, someone who occasionally comes to Wales as well still. So come to Wales, you might see the half. But yes, so which movie is this? Not who is the character, because we all know who the character is. It's Hacker Man. But what was the name of the movie? Lewis, awesome. Thanks. It was Kung Fury. If you haven't seen Kung Fury, definitely check it out. It is a phenomenal movie. Someone just produced it and put it onto YouTube. Great. I'll share links on Twitter if I can ever find my phone again, if no one is trying to find me. Name the next movie. So when I first saw this, I literally did think this was a young Elon Musk just starting out his empire. But it wasn't. It was a different movie. Which movie is it? It was War Games. And also, if Paula's dog, I hope Paula's dog has made an appearance so far in the conference today. Paula's dog is it's been great to get to know the dog over the last couple of months. Now this one used to be a GIF. So this is a GIF. Geez, why is it? Of Hugh Jackman. So Hugh Jackman? Yes, that is right. I'm thinking it's huge. Yeah, it is Hugh Jackman. Anyway, famed for many musicals, playing Wolverine and everything else. He was in a movie where he was hacking away. It's named after a certain animal within the sea. Halle Berry was in that movie, but this was when he was dancing like we all do on our standing desks when we're writing code. If you haven't seen this movie, just, yeah, have we got it? 2 people have got swordfish. So just search Hugh Jackman hacking swordfish, and maybe just a quick quiz now. Just go and do that, because that's like my debug spirit animal is Hugh Jackman. All right, let's get on to the next one. So this one's a little bit difficult. So this is part of the franchise, but I want to know the actual movie itself. And no, they're not looking for me. This isn't a team of cloud native engineers and enthusiasts and everyone else just trying to find where I am, just to find me to say this pub quiz. What did you do? Why did you make us do this? No, but this was another movie when they were trying to find someone, and there's a bit of an ultimatum. It was close. I should have just given it to Bourne, but it was one person, a Bourne ultimatum. Whenever we do that one, someone always knows it. It's phenomenal. Amazing. Anyway, we're almost there. Hang in there, hang in there. Right, this is one of those classic movies, the anime ones. Remember seeing this first of all? Should I be on? I have a fear of mannequins. There's this truth that I am terrified of mannequins, and people used to put mannequins in rooms when I wasn't aware of it, just to absolutely terrify me. And when I saw the hands do this in the movie, gee whiz, I knew it was a cartoon, but it wasn't for me. Keep going. This was Ghost in the Shell. Well done, whoever got that. And again, this wasn't the remake, this was the original. Right, so name the movie, but which Fast and Furious movie is this? And again, just with that screenshot, there was a GIF and it spins out and it goes out and everything else. I will be sharing so we originally did this on Google Slides. I'll share the original slide deck with this post quiz. So if you want to put anyone else through the pain and suffering that you've just been through, you're always more than welcome to do so. But equally, if you've got some other questions or think of any other rounds that you want to contribute with, please do, because yeah. It's only a game, I think. please let this end. But yes, it was, I thought it was Fast and Furious 23 as well, but no, it's Fast and Furious 8. Apparently, spoiler alert, but I think on Fast and Furious 9, I haven't got around to seeing it yet, but you finally get a car on the moon, which I remember when it was just about getting to the first quarter mile. That's when I was invested in the Fast and Furious franchise, listening to Ja Rule. But now they've taken cars into moons in 9. How? It's like, oh, jeez. Anyway, that's why I don't work in Hollywood. Name the movie. So again, this one where he was just hacking away on that keyboard. But incidentally, he's probably using one of the Dell laptops when you've got the camera just in the most unflattering of places. But how does Jim Carrey get away with that? How do you get away? Well, where is that camera anyway? That must be in the monitor. So this is ridiculous. This isn't fair. But yeah. Oh, Truman Show classic one. It was Bruce Almighty. I think Matt's got this. I think that we've got only a couple left now. So I think we've already seen this gift today, but the classic returning, everyone's favorite, we've got to return to the office movie. So let's watch this together. Let's have a watch party and watch this movie to get into that really happy mood as to how the working environment before we have to go and see HR. That's one way to debug your cluster. Yes, Office Space. Thank you for whoever posted that encouraging comment at the risk of losing out on that one. Right. I don't know. I think it's, let's have a, here we go. So yes, the original for me. This is the first time I saw a computer in the movies where I thought, you know what, computers are for me, because I've still yet to build a container just to say, but again, maybe the cloud have a capture the flag at security days, KubeCon North America. Maybe we can finally get across. Maybe we can make this happen. I could just do the logs. Okay, cool. So the dinosaur movie, yes, it is Jurassic Park. Right, that is it. Thank you ever so much for your time and your patience. And let's see. I think we all know who's on in spot number one, but in third place, we have John G. Bravo, bravo. Thank you for playing. Then we have Tim. Tim, you had some epic answers, by the way, but that is why this is it. We've got Matt. Matt, the person who brought this conference together. Awesome, Matt. Well played, Matt. And Abe's mum, honorable reference. Jay there as well. Well played, well played. So I guess I'm going to pass back to my AV for a second. I'm just going to stop my share and see how we're doing. So, Matt, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. I guess we're done then for the first day of Kubernetes Community Days UK.
It's gone so. It feels like nothing's happened. All that I've aged several years in a day. But how's it been for you?
We've done our thank yous. We won't thank you, everybody. Thank everybody all over again. Perhaps one last thank you to our sponsors, who I haven't got my slides handy.
Well, we've got. We can do one final game. We'll play
Sysdig, Storage OS,
JetStack, Tramshed Tech.
Soft
Anyone else I'm missing?
We'll remember the rest of them tomorrow morning.
Cuddly Toy. This is just like a generation game.
On that note, thank you everybody who's attended today, and we shall see you at the same time tomorrow.
Yes. Enjoy your evenings all. See you tomorrow.